Hey everybody, I hope you are doing well. I am Afefe with Touched by Tarot, and I'm here to do a full moon reading for you all. Pick a card. We have a full moon coming in the sign of Cancer, while of course the sun will be in Capricorn on December 26th. That is, you think about Earth, Capricorn, water, tremendous, emotions heightened, typically happens during full moons anyway. So now we've got a full moon where our emotions can tend to run high anyway, in the sign of Cancer, which is where emotions can really, like, we can get deep into our feelings. All right. So I titled this video, Spirit gave me the mother wound, because when we think about Cancer, you all, it is the fourth house. It is it represents in some real deep ways the mother figure, the all-encompassing mother figure, not just your mother, but anyone who has mothered you as a mother, male or female, the nurturing, giving, creative side, the side that brings life and grows life to anything, grows a home, grows children, grows careers, planting those seeds and building something from it, something that benefits everyone involved. So that's, when we're talking about Cancerian energy, our families, our roots, our ancestry, our homes, the places where we feel safe, where the places where we go to and the people we go to for consolation. All right, all of those things are coming into play this full moon in Cancer. Mind you, got my little notes here. Okay, we've got Mercury has gone retrograde in Sagittarius. So that's not such a bad thing, because Sagittarius is about adventures. It is about optimism. It's ruled by Jupiter. So this time during the full moon and during this latter half of December, while Mercury is in retrograde, it could be beneficial. A lot of us could find ourselves thinking back to projects that we left undone, or places that we still want to visit, thinking about that adventurous side of Sagittarius, the ways that we still want to grow and expand, kind of taking a recap. It doesn't have to slow us down always with Mercury in retrograde. The delays and things like that and hiccups aside, but we can use it in a way that is really beneficial if we think about, just take a moment, take a pause, take a recap of, here's some things that I've left undone, some things that I'd still like to experience. Great time to do that. All right. We have two other things happening in retrograde worth pointing out. We have Jupiter in Taurus retrograde, and we have Uranus in Taurus retrograde. Taurus being that sign that its second house has everything to do with our valuables, our possessions, what is valuable to us, what we hold dear. And sometimes it can be a little fixed towards the bull. It can be fixed because we want to hold those things dear to us. When we put that alongside a full moon in Cancer, where our emotional attachments hold dear, emotional attachments can run against or with, alongside, let's put it that way, this energy, Jupiter in Taurus and Uranus in Taurus, around the dynamic between what still needs to grow, our perspective on what we value and what we cling to, sometimes in a way that is necessary, because someone could be reaching out a hand to us and we grab it and cling to help them, right? There are times that sort of attachment can be healthy and necessary, but then there's those other times when you've got Uranus and Jupiter, a planet of growth and a planet of change and shifts. It could be where we're being asked in retrograde again, look back on these things. What are you holding too tightly to, that in order for it to grow, you need to loosen your grip a little bit, go at it a different way, be a little more flexible about it. All right. Something else to think about. And finally, before I go to the cards, what Spirit gave me to talk to you all about is the relationship between the root chakra and the heart chakra. Those are two energy centers in the body that, talking about healing the mother wound and planting the seeds for the future. These are areas in the body, when we talk about Capricorn, Earth, very concerned with what, our achievements and our status, and what keeps us safe, what we know that we can count on, the foundation of our lives, and that root chakra, our ancestry as well, what keeps us firm and rooted, what makes us feel rewarded, what our achievements, that ambition that you think about always, that's attributed to Capricorn. Ambition and being determined to reach a goal no matter what. You think about those goats, climbing the side of sometimes very, very steep mountains, but they will get to the top. It's about patience as well. So that root chakra, what do you stand on? What do you feel safe standing on? Tied to Cancer, that heart chakra, and some might say the sacral as well, because it is watery. But I want to go to the heart chakra because I'm thinking about the wounding that occurred with so many of us in our formative years, in, the first time that any of us ever encountered heartbreak or disappointment or a setback. We've all had those challenges in life. Can't get out of here without them, but sometimes that energy does get stored in the heart, and Cancer is an incredibly loving, powerfully healing sign if you make the connection between what has happened and the forgiveness that's necessary, the recognition that's necessary to process it, so that you can in fact be ready to move on. All right, I've got two not rituals, but just exercises that Spirit gave me to share with you before I go to the cards. If it's useful, you feel it pings you, go for it. If not, let it ride, right? Okay. Number one, going back to this water, Cancer, Earth, Capricorn, this watery and earthy energy. Survival, standing, know what we can count on, feeling safe and comfortable, and that vulnerability of our emotions and our attachments, and what we are rooted to, what we feel like our connections are. So number one would be for a water ritual. Could be take some time during this full moon and as you close out 2023, to write down the things that really you are ready to let go of. It could be anger, it could be resentment, it could be some form of fear that, consciously, or maybe it was subconscious and now it's been brought to your conscious mind based on the work that you've been doing. But really list that out. The things that you recognize, a bad habit, the things that it's time to let go of. And maybe there's a bit of a struggle with that, okay? So this full moon in Cancer will be a great time. Take a list, write them down. Boom, 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 boom. Rip up that list to the tiniest little pieces you can get it to, and flush them down the toilet. Literally, let it go out into the universe and release it, right? Release it in that place that you release waste. Now you could also go to, if you live near a body of water and you want to release it into an ocean, a lake, a river, it just needs to be a running area of water where it takes you on a current, it takes it away from you. So that's releasing, okay? And the other one is for the earth, is to plant something. So the things that you want to bring in, especially focusing on a new year, 2024 is when many of us start to get, really laser focused on what we want to achieve or change or heal from, etc. You can take do a same exercise, write that list out. Here's some things that I'd like to achieve. Here's what I'm ready to address. Here's what I'm attracting to me. Here's what I see and I envision for my life. You put those things down on a piece of paper and you plant them in a plant, fold it up real nice and tight and plant it in a plant in your home, or in your yard, or someplace around you because you want to bring it toward you, or even a tree, the base of a tree in your yard or something, but you want to plant it there. And think of it that way, that you are literally seeding your intentions, your desires, your willingness to move past those things that you have now released. All right, that's that. Wanted to share that with you. Would love to hear how you feel about that and how you're anticipating this full moon in Cancer. It's going to be a doozy. It's been a doozy of a year. It's also a year where we've had a lot of thinking about Cancer and Capricorn. Cancer having a lot to do with that sort of the home life and the family life and the tribe, and Capricorn having a lot to do with the outside world, our achievements, our ambitions, our goals, how we have gone out into the world and presented ourselves. Even if you're working from home, still the exchanges, etc., that you have with the outside world to achieve certain, prosperity or success, however you deem it, the rewards that you try to get out of life and that you have gotten out of life, hopefully, or are on their way to you. And then, on the Cancerian realm, that family, what maybe for many people, you've had to define your own family. Maybe family, the quote unquote biological family, you didn't know about it. Me, for instance, I was adopted. So that's always been an area for me to work through when it comes to biological matters. So maybe for some of you, you share that experience. Or even if the biological family was extremely dysfunctional, painful, overbearing, other things controlling, you may have had to find your tribe, define for yourself the people who hold you down, support you, those that you can count on in ways that feel healthy for you. All right. Having said all that, I'm going to take the light down some now. Bear with me. I'm going to move it a little bit. There we go. Okay, we're looking good. Yeah, I can work with that. Bring this over just a little bit. Okay, perfect. So now, having said all of that, I've got 4 piles in front of me. If you've been with me before, you know my process. I have not seen these cards, except there's one catalyst in there that I did see that flipped over, and I will reveal that to you. But other than that, I have not seen these cards. That's my process. I save time. It takes me about 15-20 minutes to get everything on the table. So I don't see them until I interpret them for you. All right. So we've got 4 piles in front of me. See what you're drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one pile. Set your intention. These messages are around the Cancer Capricorn axis. It is around healing the mother wound. Healing the mothering within yourself, the need for nurturing, but healing the mother wound, we're calling it, and planting the seeds for the future. All right. First, pile number 1 will be for those of you who are drawn to this Chrysocolla. All right. That's pile number 1. Pile number 2, Spirit led me to a key. Those of you who are drawn to the key. All right. Pile number 3, those of you who are drawn to this piece of Sodalite. Get that ring light off of it. So interesting how it reflects off of certain things. Okay, hopefully you can see it good there. All right, that'll be pile number 3. And for pile number 4, those of you who are drawn to this coin. Not sure why they took me to that, but they did. I tried to put it down and they said, no, that's what we meant. All right, so pile number 4, those of you who are drawn to the coin. All right. All right, y'all, let's go in. Let's see what's up. Let me move these to the side. All right, 2, 3, and 4. And so let's go in. For those of you who chose pile number 1, healing the mother wound and planting the seeds. Your catalyst card is dreams, pile number 1. So for you all, it's going to be a lot of you may have been dreaming about a mother or mothering issues. You may have been dreaming lately around, or you may do this around the full moon. You may have dreams around feeling protected, feeling nurtured, feeling covered. You see how she's just completely in a state of repose and peace because she's got the tigers all around her. Like who has any reason to be afraid there? And that is a nurturing and mothering feminine in that feline, wild animal, yes, tiger, but still a feminine feline energy. All right. There's interesting. This is Mars in Pisces, escape in the 12th house. That is tied to dreams, though, very much so. Pisces, we know, is a very dreamy sign. I feel like that's spirit giving us dreams in another form. So definitely, if you chose this pile, look out for your dreams. Pay attention to the ways that the divine feminine, your mother's per se, or feminine energy may come to you through your dreams. We have the witch, experimentation and rebellion. Another feminine energy here. And you know how this makes me feel like for some of you, you could have been raised around a woman, or your idea of motherhood could have had a lot to do with rebellion or the need to rebel that was not met, because I'm looking at this experimentation as well. And some of you may have felt the need to escape that, or you may feel a little tension around that energy in the dream because it is powerful. Many of you may have been raised around very strong women or strong mother figures, but they could have been frightening to you in some way, that even if it was just by virtue of their strength and how they exercise their strength, it could have been a little frightening to you in some way. We have desire, your heart's true desire, gratitude, and address your inner blocks. Okay, so that's going to help you. That's part of your ritual, your water ritual, to release anything that's got you blocked out. Something that you've been wanting to feel safe, nurtured, loved, mothered, and the healing from any of those wounds. For some of you, this could have been going on a long time, and you could still find yourself getting really emotional, or maybe angry or resentful, or even numb. Spirit's giving me that. For some of you, it just could be you where you've gotten numb to the whole subject of motherhood and the mothering energy, because it was just too much. That witch says they could have been wild women. They could have been women who didn't understand their own power. You could, if this is for some of you, as a mothering entity or mothering energy, I should say, you're nurturing. It could be that it feels overwhelming sometimes. And so there's that part of you that still has to dream it into existence instead of walking away from it and recognizing your desire. The high priestess comes right on time. I love that, because what does she do? She is that bridge between the seen and unseen. I'm going to put her over here next to the dreams, because she is that bridge. If you chose this Chrysocolla pile number 1, your dreams are definitely going to become more active, especially during the full moon. And you will see aspects of the mothering energy that you are meant to understand, forgive, see it a different way. And if you have been putting it off, there's a desire that's going to be renewed within you. Your soul is saying, I don't want to walk away from this. I need to finally get to the root of this so I can feel better about how I was raised, how my understanding of mothering or lack thereof. I still need to be able to put that into perspective. You have Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. That's very interesting, because again, this full moon is coming in the ambitious, money earning, career driven sign of Capricorn. So this mothering energy, this Cancerian energy is wanting to show you a roadmap to the abundance, not just of things, but the abundance of love, the abundance of desire, the abundance of your own divinity, recognizing the abundance of your divinity. And you've got a traffic cone here, which is caution, because what can happen is this energy is so strong that it can feel overwhelming. That's why you got that escape there. So that traffic cone, is coming to exercise some caution, saying, go slow. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't let yourself feel like I need to be able to flip a switch and understand all of this at once. This is going to take time, because the way that you grew up, or your exposure to mothering and being a mother, for some of you, I do feel like this is, and this is not just about having biological children. This can be anything that you've mothered, pets, plants, a home that you've built and grown and nurtured to make it your sanctuary. That's all feminine energy. So any area of your life where you have had to put that out, but there's this part that's been held back because it could feel just too overwhelming. And that's when you put up your caution sign, and Spirit is saying, we get that, but guess what? Cleaning house. How appropriate is that for this Cancer full moon? That's what Cancer is about, the home. So this is about getting rid of the fear, and getting rid of any notion that you don't have what it takes to utilize your sacred knowledge. Some of you could have been silenced from mothers. You could have been silenced as children, and then you yourselves became the silencer, or you didn't understand the power of allowing expression for yourself, especially. And there's a part of you that is ready to clean house, because you are ready to welcome in a new level of abundance and have what you desire. But you get there by recognizing the divinity within yourself. If it was held back, it is coming to you in your dreams, and it could feel a little overwhelming. But Spirit is saying, if you have to, haunt it. I get it. Yes, because that energy, for many of you, or maybe not even many, but for some of you, this energy definitely is going to apply. There is something from the way that you experienced growing up that definitely made you want to hold back from what you saw as the power of women, and the power of the mother, and the power of divine feminine love. It was almost like it was either too much, or even its opposite, too little, where it got held back. It got held back. And there could even be some of you who were brought up around substance abusers, because I am also looking at that escapism that comes from Piscean energy with this experimentation and rebellion of the witch. You could have been brought up in that caution where you don't want to be like what you saw reflected or what you saw happen around you, because if there was some sort of substances involved, and that is part of what has haunted you, you're ready to clean your house from it to bring in the type of abundance that you do desire. And here's death that comes with it. That's the cleaning house. Spirit is saying this full moon in Cancer for you all, pile number one, is definitely about bringing an end to the fears. I'm sorry for that noise outside. To the fears that you may have experienced, and therefore some of you shut down. But it's coming in your dreams. It's like your subconscious has held fast to the things that in your waking life you said, nah, I can go another way. I can do without it. And your final card here is the King of Wands. It's interesting that the reading is ending, or my last card that I revealed or pulled up here is a masculine card, and an extremely powerful masculine card, because the King of Wands is that card that will clean house without excuses, that will say enough is enough. That's that ending. And think about a Scorpio energy as well. That ability to bring an end to something because it's time to have a better sense of what is awaiting you. I go back to that desire card, the desire card and Lakshmi, because that's what's awaiting you, pile number one. That's you planting your seeds to be able to have that. Somebody is having a ball out there on a motorcycle. I'm sorry about that, you all. But this is what's waiting for you. And in order to get there, there's almost like you've got to go through a consciousness change, a shift in your consciousness around how you experienced mothering and women, and the idea of women's power, going back to this high priestess, how you experienced women's power. Spirit, I want to get a little more clarity on that. You saw me do it. Can't make it up. Just pulled the high priestess again from another deck. Spirit is like, I said what I said. Okay. All right. So I'm not even going to go any farther because we got that confirmation. So what Spirit is saying, pile number one, think about the high priestess, ruled by the moon as well, but she is that dreams, talk about dreams. She is that ability to go between the conscious and the subconscious mind. For you all to heal the mother wound, it is to face what you have traditionally thought of, or what you were taught was the foundation of what a woman's power is, or a woman's role, how she functions in the home. For some of you, if you were left to your own devices because the mother figure was not present, or shut down. She could have been, it could have been, in a household where the father's voice ruled and the mother had to shut it down, could not show her rebellion, could not show her strength. And so you were taught that, it made you kind of hold yours back as well. But the high priestess is coming in to say, no, it is now time. You will plant your seeds in 2024 to be able to access what you know for yourself is truly the highlight of that full moon mothering energy. The secrets will be revealed. The high priestess very often is the one who uses her intuition to reveal things that are not easily shown. It's where spirit sometimes doesn't hand you all of the answers, but deep down in your gut, in the back of your mind, you know that it is true, and then circumstances will play out that, through synchronicities, etc., where the light will be shed on it and the secrets will be revealed. And they're also saying that there are things that you did not know about either the mother or these women, whoever were these influential people, wherever that wounding may have occurred. There were things that you did not know about their own frustration and some things that were haunting them about how they were shut down. They were not allowed to be given a healthy way to express themselves. And therefore, some of them died earlier than they should have. I'm also seeing that just came to me. Some of these women in your life died sooner or left. Not everybody died. Somebody could have just left, moved away, married elsewhere, these could have been divorces, etc. But there's a separation there, and it caused you to have this caution around your heart and around your ability to connect with women. But that is going to be addressed through this high priestess coming up in the new year. All right, pile number 1. Wow. That was quite a ride, quite a thing, because there's so much that is about to be revealed to you all in particular, that and it's not just for you, it's a better understanding that you're going to have of the person or persons who were influential around you as regarding the mother. Okay? All right, moving on. Pile number 2, those of you who chose the key, let's see what we got. Your catalyst card is pride. So maybe the mother around you was very proud, very and eccentricity. Wow, Saturn in Aquarius. So you could have been raised by someone or had influential feminine energy in your home. Could have been very much around. Could have been a little different, a little quirky. People who felt okay with being who they were and had tremendous pride in being who they were. It comes with the Weaver, rediscovery and transition. So this, for some of you, let me hold that up a second longer for you. So for some of you, if you pulled this key, you you may be very curious about your background, about your tribe, about your ancestry, thinking about Cancerian energy. You could be very interested to learn more, and you may be the Weaver and going through a transition of wanting to learn more about your parents, about your great grandmother, about your ancestry. You may be interested in one of those tests, where they can tell you about your ancestry. Confidence, taking up space, loving yourself, and be who you are. You are worthy. That is a message from your ancestors, pile number 2. That is definitely from your ancestors. And we have the Lovers. This was an eccentric couple. This was an eccentric couple that is a part of some of your bloodlines. I'm going to put that there next to the Weaver. All right, let me move some of this over. Make sure you can see everything. Yeah, and there's some choices that you are going to make in 2024. This Cancer full moon is going to have you really ready to move in the direction of being ready to know more and taking pride in, more pride even in who you come from and how you grew. Look at this. You've got Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. 100%, pile number 2. This Cancer full moon for you is bringing up something around you going on a journey of discovery. Some of you could have even been really interested in or recently received Akashic Records readings, or something where you are piecing together more and more of your prior lives, your backstory, your karma, your soul ties, your contracts. And there are, now you did get clouds here, some distractions. And that's fine. That's life interrupting. And Spirit is saying basically, for some of you, this could have been a desire that you've had for some time, to know more about your background, to know more about, there could have been a couple in particular. I feel like for some of you, this is grandparents or even great grandparents or some extended family where you've heard stories about people, and you wanted to know more. Like you didn't have firsthand knowledge of how they were, but these clouds and the distractions and the dragon's lair, because life interferes, you know. And when life interferes, it's you still having that fire and the passion for this knowledge and this connection, but just sometimes getting distracted. You've got the limelight here. There's something that once you know more about who they are, some of you are going to actually write about it. And I think that may be also why you were drawn to the key. It's going to open up a portal for you to bring these people and their story into light. It could be that you memorialize it. For some of you, that could be as simple as not simple, it's work. Putting together a scrapbook, like finding mementos, finding old pictures, finding vintage photographs, etc., and putting them together and sharing them. That would be putting them in the limelight. It could also be joining groups of people, like Facebook groups, etc., groups of people who do the research of their ancestry, and then and have this self-knowledge, and then bring, exchange and bring these stories and this information out. You've got the world. Absolutely. You are meant to do this. This is that limelight. You are meant to bring their stories, your story by default, because you're connected to them. So bring these stories out into the world. And the Two of Swords brings me back to that clouds and distraction, because for you, and the decision, the lovers, the decision that you're going to have to make with the Two of Swords, it is very often the decision that you have to make in order to see the best way forward. So it could be, for some of you, in practical terms, you know that the information should be out there, but the clouds, the distraction, you may have no way of knowing where to start. You may just be like, well, how do I even begin this journey? How do I even learn more about it? Let me see if I can get a little recommendation for you, or some additional clarity. Spirit, how will those who chose pile number 2 in the key, how will they come upon more revelations of this information around this ancestry that was very prideful, very eccentric, could have been people in the limelight, people who were business owners or well known in their community, maybe even just very active in their churches, schools, etc. How do they learn more about them? The King of Cups. So this is a masculine presence who would want to come and give you the stories, who would be more than generous with their knowledge. It could be a historian, Temperance, perfect. This could be a historian. Some of you may be drawn to finding out, you may even need to do a little study around how do people find out more about their lineage and their ancestral, what is it I'm looking at? Like the records, the public records that are kept. There's somebody who will help you. And remember, even though we're seeing a king, it doesn't have to be a man, but someone who is in charge of, this is an authority over, very generous with their knowledge, very generous with their actions toward you. And Temperance being a card of healing and a card of patience, you all. So this could very well have a lot to do, again, with not letting yourself be distracted with those clouds that we saw, because this is going to be quite a task for you, but it looks like it could also be really fun. It instills confidence, because there's that pride. Pride goes with that confidence. It's you experiencing the pride of knowing more about who you come from. And there's something about these people that is going to tickle you. Like, you really are going to enjoy knowing more about yourself. And the dragon's lair, it's almost like you going on an adventure. Like, I'm almost feeling like Harry Potter kind of vibes, where you have you discover that you are a part of this long line of really powerful, people who may have been known as a little eccentric because they were out there. They may have been innovators. They may have been, they may have been people who other people looked to and felt, wow, what's the mystery with them, what's going on with them, but a tremendous pride that they felt about themselves and that you will feel about them by extension of recognizing your connection to them. It gives you a lot of confidence going forward, and that self-knowledge is really going to boost you in preparation for 2024 pile number 2, and thinking about, the thing with temperance too is it is change. And there's something about this knowledge that's going to fundamentally change your own self-perception about who you are, why you came here, who your people are, and you making a decision to move on with that. You may even, I'm thinking about this world card for pile number 2, those with the key. You may even decide, as you get more of this information around your ancestry, you may find yourself wanting to travel to some of the places that you discovered that they were from, they lived. And also I'm feeling for some of you, some of this, where your history is, where your roots are, but you just haven't either felt the need to go, or haven't had the means to go in a long time. So that could be something that starts to call you as well, because as you get more connected to them and more knowledgeable about who they were and how they operated in the world, it's going to boost your confidence and your sense of yourself 100%. All right, okay, moving on. Pile number 3, those of you who were drawn to the Sodalite. Let's see what happens here for you. Your catalyst, oh, how appropriate for a full moon in Cancer. Your catalyst card is family and tribe. All right? Family and tribe. Let's see what Spirit says here. Resourcefulness, that would be really important. As family, as a resource, those who have shown up and are willing to show up in a way that is where people are resourceful for one another. We've got the sleeper, cause and effect, some clarity. So some of you may be, this full moon in Cancer may have some of you truly doing the deep dive into who are these people around me? Who do I know I can count on as my family and tribe? And I also feel Spirit is making that distinction. Because family's family, that's the bloodline. But very often the tribe are the people that you chose, the people that you decided, are a part. You are a part of one another's resourcefulness. And I also just noticed that this resourcefulness comes Sun in Cancer, 4th house, very tied to what's happening here. 4th house, family and tribe, and that 4th house there. So you're going to get some clarity around that. There's a mirror. The world is a mirror. Notice the patterns and clear your blocks. So what's being reflected back at you? Or you could use this full moon energy as a mirror to reflect on that clarity, the sleeper, to reflect on what it is that you need to know about your family and the choices that you are going to be making around what's resourceful for you. What's the best use of your time, your energy, your money, your resources, your love, your sharing. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is big picture. And going through a cycle. There's some cycle that, for those of you who chose this Sodalite, there's a cycle within your dynamic, and learning to heal from the mother wound by defining for yourself, taking the power and reflecting on for yourself, getting clear what the difference is between family and tribe. And there's something in that distinction for you all, pile number 3, where that is what helps you move this wheel of fortune, karma, ruled by Jupiter. It's what helps you move forward on the next stage of your life, because you're making the distinction between family and tribe and what is most resourceful for you. We've got the Thelka. I'm sorry, I know I'm saying that name wrong, but she's the prophetess of true power. Whoa, let me get that up there. The prophetess of true power. Okay? That's part of what's happening. Your mother wound and healing, planting the seeds to move forward is about understanding the true power between family and tribe, or when the two can coalesce. Because also for some of you, there could be a combination of both, and you realize in gratitude that you have this great circle that promotes resourcefulness for you. And there is that mirror. It's the time that you need to reflect back between the two things and sort of doing, I almost see some of you like taking a family, during the holidays, people, all generations get together and you click that photo. This is almost like you're clicking this photo of everybody who matters. And there is the divine feminine who's stepping in to remind you of what true power is. And we've got the cowrie shell representing abundance. So this is Capricorn. This is your money coming in through the feelings that you have, the resourcefulness. I think I should put that by the resourcefulness. It's you getting more out of life, financially and otherwise. Your resourcefulness increases in direct proportion to how grateful you are and how you recognize yourself as a reflection of this larger family and tribe dynamic, and that you built that, you helped build that, you helped establish that, whether or not you knew it. That's your wheel of fortune. Part of your purpose and your destiny has been to be the person who helps mirror that and bring clarity to who's who, and why we need to keep the family together, or why sometimes the family needs a time out and the tribe steps in and becomes more of that resource. But there's all of this abundance that comes to you out of recognizing this power. Oh my gosh, another deck, Wizard of Awareness. Look at this. You have the prophetess of true power. You've got the wizard of awareness. You've got the clarity, the sleeper who gains this cause and effect, this clarity. There, you've got this mirroring. Pile number 3, you are going through such an awakening. Leadership. Look at that. You, and I was just saying a moment ago, before I even saw this, you are someone who either has already or you will be a very instrumental part of your family and tribe's dynamic for how people coalesce, how you continue to build these relationships, be sources of support to one another, have an awareness of the gratitude of what is true power from the divine feminine perspective, because this is healing the mother wound. And so it's some of you have had to be the mother you never had to be the definition of support that you didn't get, had to be the one who could reflect and mirror back to the larger dynamic. Hey, here's what we're supposed to do for one another. The 8 of Wands, you are dynamic. And I feel like many of you, if you chose this pile, you are the one. And the 10 of Pentacles, doggone, talk about abundance. Cowrie shells and abundance, and then you get the 10 of Pentacles as well. Hey, I feel like giving you a hand, pile number 3. You are 2024, this full moon in Cancer, it is about you making a declaration that you are a leader within your family or tribe. And even, I don't care if by that we mean 3 people, doesn't matter. Numbers is not what we're looking at here. We're looking at energy. And there is an energy of abundance for you, pile number 3, that comes out of your awareness, Wizard of Awareness, that comes out of your awareness of the true power that you possess as a vital part of this family dynamic, reflecting back what really matters. This leadership here with this Wheel of Fortune, it is about you understanding the role that you are meant to play, the way that you show up in the world, and that you are meant to be a leader. That Eight of Wands, you're meant to be a leader. You're meant to be a catalyst. You're meant to be a resource. And in turn, that mirror, Spirit is saying, in turn, the people that you need to bring it back to you, to take care of you, support you, be there for you, that family and tribe, that they grow in proportion to your ability to reflect it back at them. It's like a give and take, give and take, give and take. Okay? And 2024 for you all is going to be sort of, I feel like there's this big burst of understanding and awareness, this wizard of awareness. There's this big burst of understanding and awareness that you're going to have, pile number 3, that results in business growing, in relationships growing, in better understanding, like your tangible world changes in proportion to this clarity that you're having, that you're going to experience, and you being willing to stand up and take the leadership role and speak out and move. The Eight of Wands, speaking words of affirmation, taking the reins, giving people a lot of gratitude and thanks for the ways that they show up, because the more you do that, the more it comes back to you. It gets mirrored and reflected back to you. All right, pile number 3. I think you got your marching orders from Spirit. It's really good, and for you all, it is indirect. This could be property that's coming your way, or that you already have, and there's a question about how to manage it. But the more you understand your role as a leader in this tribe and in this family, the greater the prosperity gets, the bigger it gets, the more it grows. Okay, beautiful. All right, and finally, I'm going to move on now to pile number 4. Those of you who were drawn to the coin. All right, let's put the coin there, and let's see what you got. Your catalyst card is self-love. All right, let's get into some Cancerian energy as well. Talking about not just, love of the mother, the mother wound, but also, as I said in the beginning of the tape, we were talking about, Aries energy and Taurus energy, the energy of the self and the energy of what is valuable, what you take, what you consider valuable. Self-love, considering yourself valuable. We have secrets. Venus in Scorpio, some secrets in the 8th house. Maybe it is a secret of self-love that you're going to start to explore. The orator, communication and confidence. This is feeling like pile number 4. This is feeling like the mother wound for you is already in the process of being taken care of and handled. You're already in some form of, you've done some work around instilling in yourself and speaking your truth to what you knew or know about your own self-worth. And it could have been that it was not easy. It was withheld from you. I'm looking at this Venus in Scorpio, in that 8th house. It could be that this is some deep, deep healing work that you've had to do. I'm feeling Reiki for some of you. I'm feeling crystal therapy. I'm feeling sound healing. Like you have truly massage, yoga. You have truly explored some areas, or you are about to explore some areas that speak to your healing and your self-worth. We have abundance that shows up here, and it says your true nature, gratitude, and commitment to your goals. Again, this feels tied to the work that you have already started. The self-healing journey, healing the mother wound, being kind to yourself, loving. Oh, and then you got the moon, full moon in Cancer, and mother moon is showing up. Woo! I love it. You've got the diamond-hearted Dakini. Let me see what she says. The diamond-hearted Dakini, Machik Lagdron. I see the light in my own darkness, and I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So there we go. The light in your own darkness. There's the moon showing up, mother moon, divine feminine, shining a light on the need for self-love. And there's bees, the community. because that community around you, talking about a full moon in Cancer, your home, your family, those around you that you've known that you could count on, and a magic stream. Woo! All right, pile number 4. You got a witch. Why not? Let's throw a witch in the mix. I love it. And we've got the Queen of Wands. Wow, a lot of divine feminine energy is coming in for you all. And the 4 of Cups. Okay, got it. Pile number 4. There is a spiritual community around you, or will come around you if you search it out, that is going to help you on your journey to healing yourself, loving yourself, and showing up for yourself. And there's this whole cadre of divine feminine magical energy out there. And when I say that, what I mean is there's something in your bloodline, or people in your bloodline, who understood the mysteries. That's that secret, that 8th house. That's that secret, Venus in Scorpio. They understood the mysteries of the divine feminine, but they could have been in the world, in this earth, during times when they would have been considered witches, and they could have been persecuted, they could have been misunderstood, etc. So the magic stream, you have inherited it, but you had to also come to a place of understanding about it. That's that healing aspect of it, having to see through the darkness and letting the moon shine light on it. You had to come to a place of understanding the richness. That's that abundance, the richness of your inheritance, your heritage, the richness of the divine feminine experience that some women in your life did not feel comfortable explaining, and some men in your life may have, or masculine influences in your life may have deliberately tried to tamp it down a little bit, because when you get to Venus in Scorpio, that is deep love, that is deep intimacy, that is it could be misunderstood in some ways as well. We have the 7 of Cups. There's a choice that you've had to make to explore and own who you are. Some of you could have even gone through some talk therapy where you've joined some groups where people where discussions are had around feminine empowerment, around the mother, around what it takes to feel a part of a community and loved. And as soon as I said that, I pulled the King of Cups, because there is this protective energy. The King of Cups and the 7 of Cups is saying, for you to move forward, pile number 4, you want to make sure that you make good choices that are going to be a wise investment of your self-love. You show love for yourself and you show love for others. And healing the mother wound for you is about going out into the community and reflecting and showing others how to do what you have done for yourself. That's part of that orator as well. You not only want to experience the healing and continue on your healing journey, but as you're doing so, there's a part of you that wants to also spread the word to others and share it with others. That's that abundance. And it's just that magic stream. There's a part of you that wants to show others their way out of the shadow. Notice that connection there between the shadows. So there's all of this, and the Queen of Wands is saying to be able to go through with that self-love and confidence. That 4 of Cups is overcoming any doubts that you may have around this is all there is, that you would not be supported. There's an awareness that you're coming to with that magical stream. There's an awareness that you're coming to about your bloodline beyond what you knew of your own mother or lack thereof. There is an angelic presence here. And part of that is going to help you as you recognize that. It's going to help you decipher some things. There's a lot of mysteries for you all in this pile. There's a lot of mysteries that are being unfolded about what wounding even is, what the divine feminine is, how to nurture yourself in the absence sometimes of where you expect to get nurtured and you don't. That is abundance. That is the moon coming in. You know, that is where you feel life is full and is becoming more full. That is where you tap into that magic stream, you know? And that's it. If you go about this the right way, pile number 4, 2024 is going to feel a lot like a magic stream to you all. It really will. And it's about giving yourself more of what it looks like you've already started with the self-love journey. It is about telling yourself that orator card. Remember that was really important. It's about telling yourself the story that claiming your own truth and telling yourself the story that resonates with you long term, that settles in your soul long term, you as the communicator, and listening to your own dialogue, setting your own boundaries around it. There's something about that sets, as you say that, your words are magic. Your words become magic. It is the flow of abundance that happens for you, especially in 2024, and coming out of 2023, closing that out, and the secrets that your ancestors had to hold for fear of persecution or for fear of misunderstanding. Now, by facing that, there is something that empowers you, and it really just launches you into 2024 with absolutely lots of seeds planted for your growth, your abundance, and your understanding, your fundamental understanding of the roles that your forefathers and mothers have played, as well as the role that you are playing in your life, in this lifetime, in your life purpose. Okay? All right, everybody. I hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you really, really soon. Please like and subscribe. Please, please, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in a reading, my book is kind of full until end of January, early February. But you can always go to my website, which is www.trulytouchedbytarot.com. Trying to see my face again before I say goodbye. There we go. So it's www.trulytouchedbytarot.com. And if you have any other questions, you just want to get in touch, you can always email me directly at touchedbytarot@gmail.com. All right. Take good care of yourself. Happy holidays. Enjoy this last full moon of the year. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.